Hello and welcome back to AG Cornog Field. I am Tommy Tuill here with my friend Alejandro Alvarez. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a good one as we have the visiting Lower Merion Aces and your own Haverford Forwards. It's basically a playoff game. And just besides all that, it's also senior night here. Got some great people in this senior class. We have a chance for some more milestones, and maybe even a chance to break a chance to get it one step closer to breaking a playoff drought here.
Oh yeah, it's great to be back in the booth. First of all, here with you, Tommy. It's always an honor, and it's senior night. All these seniors are going to get a little bit of action here. Nate Scullin making his start. I'm excited to see that. Let's see if he'll do anything crazy out there. Maybe get a couple goals or something like that. Who knows? Sean Vetter also making the start in net today. So, yeah, it's a great day for the seniors. I'm excited. Vibes are great right now, I'm not going to lie.
Also, yeah, I mean, that's always great. But, one of the big things here that is always something you want to kind of look at, too, you want to celebrate the seniors and all their hard work and dedication to their 4 years in the program. But, besides that, there is something bigger than just senior night. And having a loss on your senior night definitely isn't something you want, especially when it comes with heavy playoff implications weighing in the balance.
Yeah, absolutely not. Lower Marion's not a pushover by any means. They are 7-7, one game better than the Fords are right now. However, in PIAA District 1 rankings, the Fords are still above them, just in terms of strength of schedule and things like that of that nature. Fords are not going to be in for an easy one here. The Duke commit for Lower Merion, I don't know the name off the top of my head.
Henry Bard, I believe.
Henry Bard, he'll be on the offense as a long stick. It will be kind of interesting to see how that goes. Colin Kane told me before that he's going to be playing them all games, so should be interesting there. I'm pretty excited to see that matchup.
Absolutely here, as right now I believe Lower Merion is 29th or 28th in District 1, 3A, and your Fords are 25th. Top 24 teams make the playoffs. So right here, both teams on the bubble, two very, some teams that, could be some underdogs here if they get the right matchup, could definitely try to pull off some upsets if, they got a chance to get into the dance. But right now they got to try to get in here as we have more people walking in here to AG Cornog Field. About to get rowdy. We will have the senior night ceremonies coming soon. And, besides that, I mean, there's not much else we can say besides, this is a big one for both the seniors and the fact that, the Fords have a chance to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's really exciting stuff, and we'll be back soon with some more pregame coverage.
I'm Quinn from Haverford Sports Media, and I'm here with junior midfielder Brendan McNichol. So, Brendan, how does it feel to be a starter, and does it take a different mindset?
Yeah, definitely. As last year and the year before that, I was just like, the goal was just, make varsity. That was the big thing for me. Definitely wasn't trying to contribute. That was probably a bad thing. That wasn't a good mindset to have, probably. But I think it's definitely a different mindset of wanting to be hungry. You gotta come every day and know that people are nipping at your heels to try to get your spot.
How does Coach Ara help you guys to reach your full potential?
Coach Ara, he's able to motivate us through he keeps it light sometimes, although sometimes he's able to obviously get into the nitty gritty with things. But he likes to keep it light most of the time. Where in the past other coaches were very down on us sometimes, but I think Coach Ara is a good coach. I don't know.
Why do you wear number 8?
It was actually just given to me. As a sophomore, I had two choices. I was either 12 or 8, and I didn't want to be Tom Brady, so I was 8. That's the only reason I wear it.
Okay. What's your favorite pregame song, and why do you like it?
Homecoming by Kanye, Graduation Baby. So that's just my favorite song. I just like the beat of it. I don't know why. I was never a big Kanye fan until recently. So, yeah, Homecoming by Kanye.
Okay. How have last season's struggles impacted the team's drive for this year?
I think everybody's just tired of getting beat around. Like we want to win. We're tired of losing, and we know we have like a group of guys that can do it. We're not deep, but on top we can fight and we can compete.
Okay, and then last question. You're down by 1 with a minute left. What's your go-to play?
Oh, definitely sweeping topside righty and trying to throw it bottom left. That's my game personally. Or trying to get a feed from the crease, but that's pretty much my style of play.
All right, thank you, Brendan.
Thank you.
And a very special thank you to Haverford Sports Media's own Brendan McNichol there with that interview here, talking about the Forts lacrosse season. And now we're going to get into our seniors here. As first, I believe we're going to start with senior defenseman Colin Kane.
All right, okay. All right, I'm Quinn from Haverford Sports Media, and I'm here with Colin Kane, captain and defender. Colin, who is your favorite lacrosse player, college or pro?
Quinn Carson from Haverford.
Okay. How has your role on the team changed from freshman to senior year?
I think freshman year, like coming in, I was a little bit smaller, obviously, not as tall, not as big muscularly. And so as a freshman, my role wasn't really to take the ball away. It was kind of just to prevent people from scoring on me and getting around me. But this year and last year especially, I think that my role changed from that to being the person that you can rely on to take the ball away and push it to the offense.
Okay, and then as a defender, what is your mindset going into a game against a strong offensive team?
I don't really care who I'm guarding. I don't really care who we're playing. My expectation is always the same, just be better than the other guy I'm guarding and come up on top of every matchup.
And so it's your final year playing for the Fords. What do you hope to accomplish?
Me and the boys are excited this year. We're trying to make a playoff push and hopefully win a championship of sorts. But yeah, we're excited.
All right, thank you, Colin.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And a thank you to senior defenseman Colin Kane for that interview. And now we're going to go over to another senior. Our very own Eric Reisenwitz here is going to talk to us about the Forts.
I'm Logan Hatton, and I'm here with Eric Reisenwitz. What are your personal goals for this season?
Well, I definitely want us to go far in playoffs. I want to make a good run, but I also just want to have a good season for myself. Stay healthy too. It's a big part.
Sounds good. Do you have any pregame superstitions?
Not really. I just do the same thing. I just wake up, have some pasta. That's a big thing for me, and then go to the game.
Sounds good. In what way will you continue to be involved in lacrosse after you graduate?
I'll be playing lacrosse at the University of Scranton, so that's a big part for me.
How will that affect you this season?
I mean, I don't really think it'll affect me, other than if my coach texts me he's coming to my game, but that's about it.
What is it like being responsible as a captain this year?
I mean, you just got to step up as a leader when stuff's not going good. You gotta get it going good. You gotta also know to not be nice sometimes. Like sometimes you gotta be the mean guy, but you have to do what you gotta do. That's what it is.
What do you think the team goals are for this season?
Definitely get to playoffs. I'd say right now that's our only thing. Just get win by win, and just get to playoffs, and then what happens there happens.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we want to thank Eric Reisenwitz there for that interview. And, besides that, we did hear that from Colin Kane that, the Fords, their season goals were to make a playoff push. And right now they are in a prime position for that.
Yeah, they've been at that spot all year. They've been trickling around 500 ever since that Strathaven game. They had a tough one against Perkiomen Valley. And ever since then, it's been a back and forth. One game you win, one game you lose. So Ford's going to look and try to get back to 500 again here. And then that makes their playoff chances definitely a lot greater than they were today.
As right now they have the likes of the remaining schedule is 3 games in the regular season here, and it is of the likes of a Lower Merion team here tonight. Then they will go and they will play Garnet Valley. And then after Garnet Valley, they will play Hatboro Horsham.
Definitely not easy opponents by any means. They're all higher ranked than Haverford right now, of course. Obviously, the Central League is pretty tough when it comes to lacrosse, so Garnet Valley is going to be a tough one there. And Horsham also, it'll be interesting to see how the Fords do then, but don't be surprised if they're able to make that playoff push and just sneak in there.
As this will be our second to last. This will most likely be our second to last inaugural season here for boys lacrosse, as this is their second to last home game with then Garnet. And then even if they do make that playoff push, they will probably be one of the bottom couple seeds. And then barring, I mean, of course, we wish all the well. You know, we hope there is a playoff run with upsets and possibly a chance to get a home playoff game, but the chances of that are pretty much slim to none at this point. So, you know, this might be our second to last one, and we just hope it's a good one and they give us some entertainment.
Oh, yeah, crazier things have happened, of course, but Fords will always bring that energy, and I'm ready to get loud and excited in this booth.
Absolutely. As another milestone that has to be highlighted here is that Quinn Carson is very close. He's about 2 or 3 goals away from getting his 100th career goal in a Fords uniform here. And honestly, that's just an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, obviously 100 career goals is a great milestone and accolade to have as a high school lacrosse player. Emma Rowland hit that on the girls' senior night, actually. So Quinn Carson looking to follow suit. Obviously, Coach MG also got her 400th win on her career. Obviously, big congratulations to them. Fords look to have success on their senior night as well.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll get back-to-back senior nights of 100 career goals for players and then big wins. Here, as we're going to have the senior night ceremony start up, so we will be back with you shortly.
We'd like to introduce the players and their parents and have them recognized for their wonderful accomplishments throughout their 4 years playing for the Fords. We'll begin tonight with number 24, TJ Donaghy. TJ will be attending Misericordia University, where he will major in accounting and play for the Cougars lacrosse team. TJ would like to thank his parents, Pete and Eileen, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his younger sister, Kate, a junior at Haverford, his older sister, Erin, a Haverford High School alumni, and his parents, Pete and Eileen. Next senior we'd like to honor tonight is number 16, Nate Scullin. Nate will be attending the University of Pittsburgh, where he will be studying history and secondary education. Nate would like to thank his parents, Matthew and Michelle, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his grandmother, Anita Scullin, and his twin brother, Zach. Number 2, senior Jack McGarvey. Jack will be attending the University of Tampa, where he will major in accounting, as well as play for the Spartans lacrosse and ice hockey teams. Jack would like to thank his parents, Chaz and Laurie, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his younger sister, Izzy, who will join him at the University of Tampa, and his parents, Chaz and Laurie. Number 26, Sam Chester. Sam will be attending Eastern University, where he will major in engineering and will play for the Eagles lacrosse team. Sam would like to thank his parents, Jimmy and Tara, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his younger brother and future forward, Ryan, and both of his parents, Tara and Jimmy. Number 1, Sean Vetter. Sean will be pursuing his automotive mechanic career at Ardmore Toyota upon graduation this spring, and he would like to thank his parents, Mo and John, for all of their support. Sean is joined by his parents, Mo and John, along with his sister, Riley, who is a junior here at Haverford High School. Our next senior is number 14, Eric Reisenwitz. Eric will be attending University of Scranton, where he will major in engineering and will play for the Royals lacrosse team. Eric would like to thank his parents, Bill and Erica, for all of their support. He is joined on the field by his parents, Bill and Erica, this evening. Our next senior is number 13, Quinn Carson. Quinn will be attending Cabrini University, where he will study finance and will play for the Cavaliers lacrosse team. Quinn would like to thank his parents, Kelly and Paul, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his younger sister, Caitlin, a sophomore at HHS, and both of his parents, Kelly and Paul. And the last senior we'd like to recognize tonight is number 25, Colin Kane. Colin will be attending York College, where he will study criminal justice and will play for the Spartans lacrosse team. Colin would like to thank his parents, Kristen and Kevin, for all of their support. He is joined tonight by his older brothers, Sean and Dan, Haverford alumni, as well as his parents, Kevin and Kristen. We would like to thank the players and their families for their dedication and loyalty to the Haverford High School lacrosse program. We wish you the best in all that you do. Represent us well and H Pride.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. Thank you to all the seniors. You guys are awesome, and we're gonna get senior night underway after our ceremony has just happened. We will be back shortly.
And welcome back to AG Cornog Field here as we have the captains meeting in the middle of the H between the Aces and the Fords. And interesting fact that we have finally solidified, the Fords are looking to try to fight for their first playoff berth since 2019, Aloe.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, in terms of high school career, that's a bit of a long time, but yeah, that's about your average high school career. So if you count the pandemic year, of course, maybe 4 years if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, it'd be great for them to break this playoff drought this year. Obviously, after last year, of course, now 3-13 season, they're already way better than they were last year. And if they make a playoff push here, I think it really caps off how much improvement they've made over the just with, you know, their guys they have and the new coach and everything.
Absolutely. Now, you know, this would be a big thing for Coach Era to say that in his first year he turned a 3-13 team over to a around 500 team battling for a playoff spot and even making the playoffs. I believe that would be a huge step and a big milestone to try to build this the program.
Oh yeah, obviously, like, you know, your goal as a coach after I'd say a 3-13 years to definitely see what the team has to offer and see, you know, what issues you can work out after that first year. Always perfect at the start of the year, but these guys have gotten their feet under them really well towards mid-season, and now in the late season, they're doing really good, and here they are, right on the door.
Absolutely. Now, as we did state earlier, the you know, there are two more, including this one, two more home games left for these Fords. Of course, you know, it'd be great from the end for these seniors. It'd be great to get a senior night and get some of their last games here at AG Cornog Field under that win column and giving them a chance to, you know, come in and get a playoff berth for the first time since 2019.
Yeah, after this, they only play Garnet Valley next week, and then that is the last home game of the year for them. So, you know, Ford's playing for a lot here. They're trying to defend home turf to the best of their abilities. They're trying to protect the house that they have built here, and they're going to look to do that.
Absolutely. Now, as we're about to get some starting lineups and the national anthem coming here soon, we will be right back. we go, Aloe.
Yes, sir. Nothing like the national anthem. Ford's about to get underway here. Let's see if they're able to get a quick start here. You know, they've struggled in the past getting, hot off the first face-off. But obviously, thing to look for if they are able to control that face-off tonight against Lower Merion.
Absolutely. As a little thing to say here, a senior defenseman, 5-star recruit Henry Bard is playing midi for the Lower Merion Aces. He's a little bit out of position player, usually with a 6-foot stick. He's still going to be playing with a 6-foot stick, but more of an offensive role here as the teams are going to meet. And another thing to state here is that senior Sean Vetter is finally getting another start here in net, as there was a goalie competition early in the season between him and Wade DeVitas, and it seemed as if Wade had won that, but the senior gets his nod on senior night. How do you think there are any nerves coming from Vetter right now?
I don't think so. I mean, Vetter's stayed ready the whole year. I mean, he's been put in situations in the past, in previous games. If Wade doesn't play that well, of course, they usually tend to put one in over the other. It depends, really. But I think Vet's going to be fine tonight. It's senior night. You're just going out here and showcasing what you're able to do. And when it comes to Henry Bard, obviously, you're a 5-star recruit on defense. Talent like that will translate anywhere on the field. It doesn't really matter at that point. It might not be his specialty, but I can tell you right now, he'll still probably put in a good amount of work. Colin Kane told me, though, he's going to be on him all night, so I'm interested to see how that matchup turns out.
Absolutely, as we have basically the Ford's best defender against a 5-star recruit, Blake Riley, in the face-off circle here for the Fords. And a do-or-die playoff game for both teams here, and we are underway. And the face-off will go to the Aces as they will get set up here. And here we go already. They went to the matchup of Bard and Kane. We will see if they will continue to go to him. And who will win that matchup? And there's a rip and a score right away. Lower Merion gets on the board. Luke DeLonzo for the Aces opens up the scoring. It'll be 1-0 Lower Merion.
Hey, like I said, when you don't control the face-offs off rip, don't be surprised you're going to get burned really easily. Great example of that right there. Lower Merion taking advantage of that face-off win and then got set in their offense and just takes an easy open shot. A little far out, but he's able to get past Vetter.
Here's they're going to say there was a false start by Riley in the face-off circle, so that'll give Lower Merion the possession once again. Here's you got to see it's it's going to be an interesting situation here to see, letting the first shot in for Vetter in a minute, game speed. He lets it up. We got to see if the defense will be able to step up for him here. As there's a turnover by the Aces, and Haverford will finally get some possession.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch for. Obviously, as I have the always announcer's jinx, Vetter unable to stop that first shot that they faced on goal. That's a bit rough as we get a little shove in here. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Fords can weather this early storm, and then they're able to just get their feet under them.
Absolutely, as once again, there's another thing. Winning face-offs and not being able to clear the ball have been things that have plagued the Fords all season, and right there already early. Start it up.
Yeah, face-offs are going to be a battle for them all year. It's been that way. It's going to be that way today. Ben DeVitas obviously does a pretty good job when he's thrown in there. Colin Kane was on face-offs a couple games ago against Pregame Valley, and he was doing decent. Blake Riley, I think he's great. It's just you don't see it early in games. It takes a while for him to get warm.
As there's a rip and a save by Vetter. Great job by the senior looking that one into his net. Stopped it with his stick here. As now Kane takes it looking to clear. Gives a long pass to Scullin. Scullin looking and gets absolutely bodied. That'll be a turnover here for the Fords. And now the Ace is looking to clear. As there's a hit by McGarvey, but will not jar the ball loose, and they're just going to pass it back here and try a long pass, and it won't work, but Lower Merion with the ground ball.
Good awareness by Lower Marion's midfielders there.
There's another rip right across the bar. Kind of looked like the defensive middies and the defense there for Haverford kind of got caught sleeping at the wheel. So they had a chance to maybe, get a turnover there from the Aces. But, Lower Merion more awake and was able to snatch up the ground ball.
Yeah, they're definitely more tenacious at the moment. But Ford's got a little bit lucky there as Kane's going to pressure him up here now. Henry Bard.
Here's now Bard and Kane are fighting for the ground ball. Bard will hit the turf, and there will be a whistle. And Lower Merion will keep possession. Now Lower Merion just passing around the horn, looking for their best next opportunity. We have some picks getting set, some off-ball movement here from the Aces. Once again, one of the matchups you have to see here, Colin Kane is going to be following Henry Bard's every move. You got to see if that'll over the DeVitas here, and we're just going to take a step back and look to see what kind of play they want to draw up.
Don't be surprised if it ends up with Quinn Carson. Obviously, he's on track for 100 goals this year. Likely to get. He's going to try and get at this game. That'll really cap off a good senior night for him.
Here's DeVitas looking over. Doesn't see any options, just figures to keep the ball. Feeds it over to Quinn Carson. He'll play a game of catch with McGarvey. Here's right now not too much moving by the Fords. Not too many grade A opportunities as of yet.
Yeah, DeVitas is doing a good job dodging here. Just trying to get the Fords something.
Here's now Carson almost getting into his wheelhouse. Passes it over to Reisenwitz. Makes a spin move. Goes for a shot. Slash, and the ball will come out.
Yeah, stick came out of his hands there. He had everything right there. The move. He was about to look for the finish, but didn't get a chance.
Here's an attempted clear here by the Aces. Not going well. Possible turnover here. McGarvey trying to scoop up the ground ball. There's a whistle. They're going to give the possession to Haverford. That's a great job by McGarvey there, hustling. She's going to give it over to Nick McKendry.
Coach is hollering right now saying, get off, yelling at the players.
Here's the intensity is very high at this moment. As we have stated basically all pregame that this is basically a playoff game for both teams.
There's nothing better in these late games or late season situations where every game matters and they're just giving it their all out there.
Here's Haverford looking for their best opportunity. And Reisenwitz going over the top of the defense. Gets a cross check to the head. And that will be whistled. Got the ground ball, though. And McKendry looking. Passes it over to DeVitas. Great job there by Reisenwitz already in the offensive end.
Ace is really aggressive, but Fords are going to go a man up here. Ace's defense really aggressive out here to start. They're doing a really good job with their sticks right now. Just keeping the Fords away from that center. They're not allowed to get any good looks at the goalie.
This is a big opportunity here for the Fords, though, as they haven't gotten many shot opportunities here. Being a man up now, maybe things will start to loosen up.
Yeah, you hope so at least. This is the Fords' best chance early at least.
As Ben DeVitas will start by quarterbacking this, and he'll give it over to Reisenwitz. He and McKendry will play a game of we'll pass the ball around a little bit. Reisenwitz looks, decides to pass it over to McNichol. Reisenwitz decides to shoot, and he scores! Eric Reisenwitz opens up the scoring on senior night. 5:36 left in this opening quarter, and the Fords even it up at 1.
Hey, there you go. Like I said, man situation, their best chance. Eric Reisenwitz absolutely lays one behind the goalie right there, rips it. Beautiful shot. Couldn't do it any better.
It was an absolute beauty right there, right over the shoulder, just snuck it right in between, right by the goaltender.
Speed on that shot was insane too. That zipped by the goalie.
Here's we are going to switch. Here's they're going to have Kane against Bard right off the face-off on the wings. As the face-off again will be won by Lower Merion. Right now, freshman Blake Riley really not having anything going well for him to start off.
Yeah, now that's twice now where the ball's rolled pretty far behind Blake Riley, and as you can see, Lower Marion's getting good opportunities off that.
Here's right now, bodies are hitting the turf in Haverford, and the officials are going to throw a flag.
Yeah, interesting to see if that's on Charlie Turner or Sam Chester, but they were both giving that guy the business.
Here's Bard's going to try to take advantage. Going on Kane. He's going to lose the ball.
Good job by Kane there.
Kane and TJ Donaghy getting a little stick check in. But the Aces are still having some offensive zone time.
Flag still on the floor, of course. That'll be picked up once the forwards get a chance to scoop the ball up. If they have that chance, of course. Lower Merion might just put this in the net before that even happens.
As Bard's going to rip one, it's going absolute juice coming from the Ford's bench.
Beautiful block right there from Vetter. Bard looked like he was going for a ripper as we get one near post.
That's great checking so far by this Ford's defensive front, especially by Charlie Turner right there.
Yeah, Charlie Turner and Sam Chester both playing exceptional start right now. You know, that could have been a surefire goal right there from that near post side, but Ford's defense converging on the man.
No ground balls working here for the Ford's defense, though, and Henry Bard decided to take a long shot, and it didn't even get near the goal. But now the Fords will officially go man down. And their man down defense, you know, it's gotten a little bit better since the beginning, but it definitely has plagued them at times this season.
Well, yeah. I mean, in these situations, this is where they really bite themselves. And they basically shoot themselves in the foot here. And you can't really do that exactly. So, you know, the Fords obviously are going to look to try and neutralize the man down situation as best as possible.
Here's Lower Merion. We'll start with their man up situation. Looks to be against Sam Chester here is who they're going to throw the flag on. Now they're going to get a cut across and a missed pass. And I believe they're going to say there was an invasion of the crease.
There you go. And now Forts have the possession. That's the best thing that could have happened right there. Still a man down, but they're at least going to try and cross midfield here.
Here is Keith Heinrichs. Makes a man miss. Tries to pass it to TJ Donaghy. He was asking for it and just
Donaghy wasn't ready.
He just had one hand on his stick. Little miscommunication there by the Fords on the clearance, but you know there's a chance to really swing some momentum your way in a big game, and the Fords just weren't able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, especially now as they're back on defense, that could have been an easy track to get their offense in. And you know what that offense is capable of. Even in a man-down situation, it doesn't really matter. If you can get Quinn Carson the ball in certain situations, he'll just make the defenders miss, and he'll put one behind the net.
Here's there looked to be a pass. Ended up being a shot, and Sean Vetter just ate it up.
Good goalie work right there from Sean Vetter. He's got the vision early after laying up that first goal as Ben DeVries is going to come on and get the pass from Vetter.
We'll see if the midi will just put on the speed here, and that's exactly what he's looking to do. Will feed it over to his teammate McNichol, and the Fords might try to get a run on. Reisenwitz already has the Fords' lone goal so far. Might just try to run some of this clock out here and wait for Sam Chester to get out of the box, and that's exactly what it looks like the Fords will do.
Smart decision here, obviously. You know, you want to have your offense at full strength if possible.
Now, I believe they're going to say that the Fords were just wasting time, which, I mean, was what they were doing, but they weren't faking it well enough. It was a failure to advance, which will become a turnover there for the Fords. Just another time they just shoot themselves in the foot. And an errant pass. Watch out.
There you go.
Failure to clear here for the Aces. It'll become Haverford ball. A little sloppy here. Wonder if it's the nerves kicking in here for both these teams.
Yeah, and, you know, it could be nerves. It could just be early game jitters. You never know. You know, sometimes it takes players a little bit to warm up.
As Reisenwitz just absolutely shakes 3 Aces defenders, make it 4, but he's going to lose the ball. Looking for it. Can't Pick it. Oh, he's going to save it. What a great effort by Eric Reisenwitz. McGarvey's going to swim through the one defender. There's a whistle.
It's going to go.
It looks like they're going to say it's out of bounds. Tough judgment call there by the officials. You know. But we're going to have to go with it here. It's now Lower Merion.
Look how quick they're just able to get that in the offensive set for them.
Lower Merion will get another offensive possession here. As of now, it's a pretty defensive game, only being 1-1 here with around a minute and a half left in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's definitely been pretty quiet from both sides. Quinn Carson hasn't even taken a shot on goal yet. Obviously, that's not the ideal game plan for the forwards, but Quinn Carson, I believe, might be playing through a little bit of a back issue from what I've been told. So who knows if that's affecting him tonight.
I mean, there are always people that will be banged up, but at this point, it's about who wants it more when you come down the home stretch of the season here. It's Lower Merion right in front of the crease, shot and score. That's going to be Desmond McQuillan. And it'll put the Aces back and just kind of collapse towards the outside and let McQuillan get right in front of Vetter.
Yeah, the issue is here that the defense has been on the field a lot more than the offense has, and obviously you don't want that too early in the game because these guys are going to get tired quick, and you know they're going to be more susceptible to mistakes. And you let a guy open right in front of Vetter, he's going to have a face-to-face shot. You can only pray for the best at that point.
Here as, once again, we will have a face-off, see if Blake Riley can win it, and he just won't be able to. Once again, Lower Merion dominating the face-off circle, which means they're dominating the offensive zone.
Yeah, and that's really not a recipe for success for the forwards right now. It almost looks like they're playing a man defense. I know the forwards usually play a zone defense, as Charlie Turner is just going to give this guy the business over here.
Making his presence felt. Here's Lower Merion's going to try to increase their lead to 2. Right now, Lower Merion not looking.
They got time here. They have 30 seconds to, work this offense right now and just try and get a goal and go up 2 goals to end this quarter. So they're not going to try and give the forwards any chances. They want the last shot.
Besides that, not even a last shot opportunity. You could have it. Oh, there's a roll. Looking for the opportunity. Shot saved by Vetter. Sean Vetter has stood up big in this quarter.
Man, Charlie Turner right there put on the wheels, trying to get the possession in the way of the forwards. Doesn't get there.
I believe that's Blake Riley.
Oh, Blake Riley, my bad. Yeah, Blake Riley.
There's now they're going to give it to Bard, the Duke commit. He's going to try to get a last-second goal here for the Aces. Pass, too much. And that'll be the end of the first quarter.
Bit of a slow start.
Little shaky here for both teams, but right now, at the end of 1 quarter of play, Lower Merion is up 2-1. Question is, Aloe, what do the forwards need to do here to try to switch everything going into the half?
Well, I can tell you right now, the one thing that is killing them is face-offs. Maybe try and throw Ben DeVitis in there just to see if he's able to get a little bit of a swing for the face-off momentum. Because Blake Riley, he's 0 for 3 right now, and the Lower Merion Aces are getting great chances off those face-offs. And as you can see, they have 2 goals for it.
Absolutely. And besides that, Eric Reisenwitz, of course, getting the only goal right now for the forwards and got some good opportunities. But you'd assume that, when they get into this offensive set, they're going to try to go to Quinn Carson a little bit more, even with the back injury.
Yeah, you'd hope Quinn Carson gets a couple more looks. After not having a single in the first quarter, you'd hope he gets some attention. And I know the Aces will probably be giving him a lot of attention. I don't know if there's been a double team applied yet, but don't be surprised if it's done pretty early in the game.
Yeah, and besides that, I feel, at this point, 1 quarter done, you're in a playoff scenario like we've been saying this whole entire time. You kind of have been for the last week if you're Haverford and Lower Merion for, that point. All you got to do at this point, you just got to take a deep breath. And, you've already played a quarter. You kind of know how both these teams, you kind of know what, 2 teams are going to do with each other. As there are 2 sticks thrown here. As it looks like we have stick checks here for, I don't know if it was for both teams or just one, but the officials have thrown 2 flags, which means that both sticks are illegal.
Interesting development here.
And in this case, we would love to have the officials mic'd up in this scenario.
Yeah, right?
So we can understand what's going on with their logic. Right now, it kind of looks like they're saying both sticks are, I believe they're saying a stick for each team is illegal. So I don't know if that just means we're going to be even.
Yeah, what are the odds of that happening?
I don't know. You know what? They might be slim to none. I really have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if Caesar has any odds on that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, high school gambling obviously not allowed because
No gambling on sports unless you are 18 and older. And then
21 or older.
21. My apologies. I forgot about the state of Pennsylvania. It's 21. Besides that, make sure that you are gambling responsibly. As DeVitas, like we were talking about earlier, in the face-off circle, and Kane with the ground ball to win it. And now he's going to get the Ford's offense started.
Like I said, here's what they got to do before the half. I said give Ben DeVitas a try, and here we go. And now look who else they're getting to try. Quinn Carson.
As Carson couldn't tell if it was a pass or a shot.
Refs are going to say that was an errant pass.
It looked like it might have bounced off the goaltender, but just couldn't get a good enough shot to see. But they will award the possession to the Aces here, and they will look to clear. As right now, clearing has been a problem for both teams. Merion is able to, though, and try to get set up in this offensive set. As there, they give the ball to Henry Bard. Looks like they're going to try to stretch Kane out as much as possible to maybe try to get some cutters. They're going to try to stretch, Kane far away from the net with Bard to try to make sure they can get some cutters.
Yeah,
right in
that'd
front
be
of Vetter.
ideal.
Here's Bard sets a pick.
Dungy's giving number 5 for the Merion Aces a lot of good pressure, though.
There's just a rip and just missed.
Yeah, bouncer just a little bit high and outside, but that's obviously good for Sean Vetter. TJ Donaghy played pretty good defense just up until the end right there.
Here's Sam Chester as well. This whole entire defensive group making sure any Aces offensive player understands that they are there. As Bard tries to get a pick set for him.
Good job by the Force defense stepping
Nothing's
up.
going to work. There's a rip and a score, though. And Henry Bard feels very excited about that. That'll make it 3-1, and that'll be the 5 stars first in the night.
Yeah, you see, the issue there, what happened was when King was on Bard got him with a little bit of a spin move and then created a little bit of separation. That forces Dunnigan to pick up. Obviously, Kane's going to try and get back there, but Bard's just, once he realizes that Kane's not on him, he's going to take a shot right away, and that's what happened. Gets it to go. Are they staying with DeVitas on the faceoffs? I believe they are.
Does look like they are. So it looks like both face-off men were called for illegal sticks. So they were both locked in. They're going to call a false start on the Aces, which will give Haverford a possession. Now Ben DeVitas is looking to try to get these Fords back in with a counterpunch. Reisenwitz looked to be a shot, just barely missed it. Looked like might have slipped out of his stick.
Yeah, I think Reisman just released that one a little bit early, and, that's going to go a little bit far wide. But refs giving Fords the benefit of the doubt, and they get the possession back anyway.
Here's Quinn Carson trying to get locked up by Bard.
Yeah, Henry Bard's going to be a tough matchup on defense. Obviously, that's where he's going to excel, and Quinn Carson might be in for a rough one tonight.
Here's now Carson's going to try to give a dose of Bard's own medicine. Is now right here. The ace is having trouble clearing. They're going to have a whistle and say that Lower Merion called a timeout before the ball was in the air, and Coach Era is letting the official know it.
The energy out here from the Lower Merion Aces is pretty ecstatic early, I'll say that much. Ford's obviously pretty emotional over there on the other side. Not happy with the call, of course.
Especially some of the Ford's fans over here letting the officials know, you know, might need to pick up a little bit of the slack that they've been letting out.
Yeah, you know, emotions are like just running real high right now, and Ford's just got to take a step back and really calm down. And then they should be able to get this game a little bit closer. It's only a 2-goal game right now. That's not that much. 2-goal games or 2-goal leads are the hardest leads to protect in sports. So have faith in the Fords. Be interesting to see if they put DeVitas in soon in net. I don't know if I got the right intel pregame, but it'll be interesting what to see Coach Era does, depending on the scheme of this game.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, the senior veteran has been doing himself a pretty good job, but in really a game that you can't afford to lose being on the ball for the playoffs. If things start to go wrong for him, you wonder if they will put in the young freshman who has really shown that he can be put in crunch time situations.
Yeah, and of course with that, you know, communication on the defense, DeVias has talked about that a lot over the season and how much that's helped him feel comfortable and how that also helps the defense feel comfortable because they're all just communicating, making call-outs whenever they need to. So obviously I bet you Vetter's doing the same exact thing, but the defense is a little bit more used to DeVitas in that.
Absolutely. Now as both teams seem to break out of their huddles, should be Lower Merion with the possession here. I believe it's a new 30 seconds, too, to get into the box. Here's where we are finally going to clear.
I was about to say we're finally back underway for this game.
Here's the offensive play. Oh, what a hit by Jack McGarvey. They're going to throw a flag.
That was
what
high.
a late flag by the official. Mr. Bob is not doing his job very well tonight.
Looked a little bit high from here, I'm not going to lie to you. But, you know, it was just a little bit how late it was, I'd say.
The lateness of the flag was just so, and besides that, it's a playoff type game. You got to know the situation. If you're coming in here, it's going to be physical. These teams aren't very fond of each other either.
Yeah, no, it's always a rivalry between most of these Central League teams, but especially Haverford and Lower Merion this year. Not only in this sport, but in other sports just like basketball.
Both fan bases aren't big fans of each other, and, you know, even the players, you know, they got some hate. As there's a point-blank save by Sean Vetter. Standing on his head. Pure rejection.
Beautiful save from Vetter right there. I could have told you that would have been a goal right there. Vetter, point-blank range, great reaction time.
Looks like girls, when I slide into their DMs, just point-blank rejection. Here's Bard's going to get set back up for the Aces. As there's a roll. There's a shot. It goes wide, and Vetter with the hustle wins the back out. And the Fords will get possession here with 8:30 left in the second quarter. 3-1 Aces.
Uh-oh.
There's an errant pass. The ball is still on the ground.
It's bouncing everywhere.
Picked up by McKendry. Actually, he might not have gotten it. Ball is still around. There are bodies flying. Lots of slashing.
Still, finally in possession of Lower Merion Aces. They're going to give it over to their goalie.
Now another long pass.
Way too high.
And out of bounds.
A A little sloppy play from both teams right there, just not finding the right guys to pass to.
Here's Kane, looks to try to clear it for the Fords, and he's going to do just that.
See, now the offense just has to get set, and hopefully they're able to, as we have
Now it
a
looks
timeout.
like we have a timeout being called by the Fords.
Looking to set something up, hopefully.
Get the right personnel onto the field. It's right there. Kind of looked like midfielder Keith Heinrichs was coming up a little limp in that scrum. Don't know if he got a stick to the leg, in a slash, or he landed on something funny. But, that'll be something to, keep be informed on here as the game goes on.
Yeah, you don't want injuries to affect anyone, obviously, so be a big loss.
Here's both teams talking it over. Really not much to talk about in this game besides a lot of sloppy play and just some of the bounces right now are just going the Aces' way in this first half.
Yeah, I think the Fords are just real the nerves are hitting them right now. It's senior night, most of the starting players are seniors and they're feeling a little bit of the pressure.
Absolutely. In that first quarter, there were some seniors that don't get a lot of time that kind of got in, and now they've kind of started to reel back on that, making sure that the starters are in so they have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, obviously, the biggest issue is the Fords just maintaining offensive possession and getting their shots on. Defense has been doing a lot of running and a lot of defending. It's not what you want.
But I mean, right now the Fords defense has been up to the task.
Yeah, unfortunately, the biggest issue for the Fords offense is that Henry Bard is on Quinn Carson, and that is going to require the ref throws a flag, obviously, and Fords are going to go a man up here.
The butt end of the stick hit Reisenwitz right near the chin area.
Yeah. As I was saying, though, with Bard on Carson, it's going to have to come from someone else tonight from the Fords because Bard's going to give Carson a real tough night.
It's going to be interesting. Maybe we see some picks set by some other attackmen and midfielders. Maybe they try to get a little bit of separation for Carson so he has a chance to rip it.
Yeah, even then, Carson's able to facilitate and find other guys. You've seen that connection with him and Reisenwitz all year. They're able to just play off each other depending on which defender's on them.
It will be big here, though, for the Fords being man up right now to get one back here and cut the deficit down to 1.
They were able to capitalize last time.
There's Kranick. And the Fords right now just going to pass it around the horn, looking for an opportunity. They're going to give it the Reisenwitz. He shoots and he scores! Right in the cookie shelf. Eric Reisenwitz. Right in the cookie jar right there at the top shelf, right under the crossbar.
Right over the goalie's head. That was beautiful. Zipped right past his ear almost.
Gave him a little shape up, like on Luigi's maybe,
Gave him a nice little 2 on the sides, nothing on the top. That's how it's done. Eric Reisenwitz gets his second goal of the night. I told you it has to come from someone else. Eric Reisenwitz is stepping up to the plate right now.
That's Reisenwitz's second of the game.
Fords.
The Fords are going to need a little bit more from where that came from. As right now they've cut the lead down 2-1. Interesting thing here now. They have put Bard on Quinn Carson. Looks like they do not want him on towards the offensive side anymore. They're just going to focus Bard to his strong set. Now as DeVitas again wins a faceoff over to
That was
McGarvey.
the biggest part right there.
Lost the ground
belted
ball.
without the ball. Absolutely smothering.
No flags. There are more checks without the ball. Kane snaps his stick in half, and the fans are absolutely loving it. Great intensity here by senior defenseman Colin Kane.
Ford's able to keep that possession alive. Colin Kane came up big there. The ground ball. He's feeling the energy.
And he's showing it. He's showing it to the Lower Merion fans, and he's showing it over to the Lower Merion team. There's Carson. He shoots and he scores! Quinn Carson with his first of the night. It'll tie it all up here for the Fords. 5 stars don't mean anything to Quinn Carson. He'll score on you no matter what.
How about that turnaround for the Fords right there? Colin Kane bringing the energy on defense, keeping that possession alive. Quinn Carson comes around that near post, rips one into the left or bottom right corner. just another day of work for Quinn Carson at this point. Back injury or not, it does not matter. No one's stopping him. See, as I was saying before in that first possession, these faceoffs here are going to be really important, as Fords are going to get another one.
Ben DeVitas absolutely dominating the faceoff circle tonight. Great coaching adjustment there by Coach Era to put him in.
Yeah, DeVitas coming out with a lot of sprinting, too. Yeah, that's the energy they want to come with now.
DeVitas becoming the spark plug of this offense right now, generating some great opportunities.
Oh, yeah, that's like him winning these faceoffs are the reason the Fords have just tied this up in the span of about 3 minutes. The energy is insane right now.
Here's DeVitas is going to try to go towards the net. Pass it to the X, and it's just a little bit off. Tried to get it to McGarvey, and they just missed it. As now we have more fans from the Dog Pound of Lower Merion and the Ford student section rolling in here at AG Cornog.
Oh, yeah, we're in for a good one now. I mean, it was really slow, and then, look, second quarter, boom, both teams on fire. Fords especially able to tie it up.
The Aces get put in a straitjacket. McKendry's going to try to go on a fast break. Timeout by Haverford.
Good job right there. McKendry was getting smothered. That's the right call to make right there. Fords have all the momentum all of a sudden. 6 minutes left. They're going to try and put themselves ahead.
You know, it's just a great thing there. You know, kind of settle some things down. Now they get to go to the whiteboards.
McKendry had a lot of pressure on him there. You know, who knows if he would have been able to get a good shot off with all those guys draped over him. So that's the best thing that could have happened there from Coach Era. How about this comeback right there? Just that quick.
I mean, just a little snippet of what this offense can do sometimes out of thin air. They only had one goal, didn't have many opportunities, and they got some more offensive zone time, and right away, bang, bang, back-to-back goals.
Reisman with 2, Carson with 1. This is going to be a great game. Quinn Carson getting just a little bit closer to that 100th career goal. Hopefully, we'll see it maybe in this quarter, but I put a lot of money on saying that he'll get it by the end of this game.
Once again, not 21 or older, do not. No money, especially on high school sports. And if you are, please do it responsibly. As we are set to go back here. Yes, please. All right, we keep it with your paisans. All right, no need for no need for any of that here. As we have more and more fans trickling in here at AG Cornog Field. Some of the Dog Pound, the unliked Dog Pound here.
Yeah, no. These Dog Pounds got to get out of here, man. Dogs bark at cars for a reason. It's because they don't like them. And obviously, cars don't like them either. It's just the cars are able to ignore the barking.
My question is, what happens when a car hits a dog? Bad things happen.
Yeah, not good things.
Here's the offense going to get set back up here for Quinn Carson. Or not Quinn Carson there. Reisenwitz coming in and shoots. Oh, just saved by the goaltender.
We're about to set this booth on fire. The energy in here is insane. Reisenwitz looked almost for a hat trick right there as they're going to get to Carson now.
It's McGarvey looking over. Gives it over to McNichol. He's looking. Dodges around. Gives it over to DeVitas. Over to Carson. He's going to fake a shot. Rip one. Just saved.
Good job by Carson right there to give a little fake shot and just try and get Henry Bard guessing a little bit. That's what you're going to have to do when someone as good as Henry Bard is defending you.
Good shot by Ruben there. Great deflection by Charlie Turner and another ground ball for Colin Kane. Colin clearly showing he does not want his season to end and not to lose on his senior night here, as he's just going to toy with some of the Aces players here. And a clear check without the ball. No call by the official. The refs would have let him know about it. That was a check. That was a check right to the ribs of Reisenwitz.
Tell you right now, they're just going to say, I ain't see it. Obviously, they're just going to let play happen. Ball hitting one of the lacrosse coaches as, oh, man.
Bard is just going to try to take him to the weight room. Shot, he's going to score.
Unreal right there. It's almost, see how quick it is? Fords just get a little, overzealous. The emotions get a little bit high. Bard goes through a double team, starts burning past people. The refs are saying, what? Coaches are barking at him. Obviously, there's a missed call on Reisenwitz over here. Coaches aren't happy about it. Fans aren't happy about it. I'm not happy about it. Fords go down a goal.
I believe Mr. Bard is going to need to get his eyes checked soon.
It's the refs versus the Fords. Is anything new?
There is still a lot of time left here. As we got a lot.
Still plenty of time left in this half, for the Fords to, turn it around. Ford's baseball's here. I saw them trickle in every, now and then. So I bet you they're going to be chirping that dog pound that's here, More like the puppy pound, if you ask me.
There's players tripping over each other, but Fords are going to be...
Yeah, refs call that one.
Getting the possession here, and it looks like Karanik is going to quarterback this offense to start. Here's it. It's 4-3, 4:30 left to go in this first half.
Ford's got that adrenaline shot. Might be wearing off a little bit as DeVitas absolutely shakes the defender.
So now they're going to pass it to McGarvey at the X. Looking to Carson. Carson and Bard. That's one to look for here.
Though besides Curran Kranick gets one here soon.
Going to get over to Kranick. Tried to give it to Carson. Couldn't get to it. Checks over, and now the refs are going to throw their flags. Absolutely interesting here. And the choice of flag throwing by these officials.
Yeah, McGarvey draped all over him, even tumbled over that Lower Merion Aces player. Nothing. It's really physical, this game, I'll tell you that much. And refs are, making themselves known in this game right now. That's for sure.
Obviously, as we did note before, these, the schools, the student bodies, the players may not be too big of fans of each other here. And,
the refs are always going to play a bit of a factor in certain games like this, especially the rivalry games. They're just trying to keep everything clean.
Here as Bard again is going to try to make himself known on the offense end. He has 2 of the Aces, 4 goals, and has done a pretty good job of trying to lock up Quinn Carson.
Yeah, Bard's been doing it all for the
There's
for the Aces.
There's a cut. Doesn't matter. Bad pass. Colin Kane with the ground ball. He's going to try to pass it over to Sam Chester. Trouble with the pass, but then will pick up the ball. He's going to give it over to Vetter. Vetter looking over his options. He loses the ball. Trying to trap it, and he will get it.
Ford's unable to clear it in time. Sloppy right there.
There's a violation. They're going to give it over the Bard here. So again, Kane will be on Bard when he's in the offensive end, and Bard will be locked on Quinn Carson when he's on the defensive end.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, it's basically an issue if Bard crosses that 25-yard line for the Ford's defense. So Colin Kane's going to do his best to really just chase him around that perimeter.
This game is physical. There is a lot of energy. And right now, if you're Haverford, you're just trying to stay steady through the ups and downs of this game. Here's TJ Donaghy playing decent defense there. There's a shot opportunity. Ripped off the pipe, the crossbar. Sometimes you're better to be lucky than good. And right there, Sean Vetter can go kiss that crossbar and thank him.
Definitely can right there. Ford's had a little bit of a collapse in the defense. Guy face-to-face with Vetter, and that's not what you want. I believe they're trying to implement some of their zone defense at the moment, as evident with Donaghy shifting a lot to the left towards the center instead of sticking on that guy.
Here's now Bard looking over. Look for him to maybe try to spin back here on Kane, try to get him to...
Kane's going to have to do a good job here, keeping his hips square and just staying in front of Bard.
Here also, the Aces look to try to do a lot of off-ball momentum here. Because right now it's just going to be a Bard and Kane ISO shot and score right from the 30. That'll be Bard's third, and that'll be a hat trick. He's clearly a 5-star for a reason, folks.
Yeah, like I said before the game started, when you're a 5-star recruit for Duke, talent like that transitions basically anywhere on the field. It's just you're that good at defense. Doesn't mean you can't do anything else. Henry Bard proving that he can do something else, and that's score, as he's got a hat trick in the first half.
Here, it'll be interesting to see
These flags take the momentum right out of the forwards.
if
It's really
Ben
been an issue.
can Ben DeVitas try to win another draw. He's been doing pretty good in the face-off circle. A false start, and it'll go to the forwards here. Big chance for the forwards to try to regain some momentum. Only down 2. The score is 5-3 here with the last 2 minutes of the first half showing up.
Yeah, I don't think DeVias has lost a face-off yet. So, obviously, the coaching decision put him instead of
Riley.
Blake Riley, yeah, has clearly worked out better. Hopefully, the forwards are able to set something up here and just get a goal and make it a one-score deficit.
Here's DeVitas kind of pulling a hezzy. Good read by Bard. Realized they were going to try to go to Carson at the top. And Bard's going to try to go coast to coast. He's going to feed it. Another pass. Shot and a score. This time it's by number 3. That's going to be McQuillan again. That'll be his second. That'll make it 6-3 in a hurry here for the Aces. Like we stated earlier, you just got to try to stay steady. Don't get too up. Don't get too down.
Yeah, forwards just got to keep level head. Emotions might be running a little high again, They were riding that wave of adrenaline when they tied it up. Here they are now, back down 3.
After the Forts tied it up at 3-3 after being down 3-1, it's been 3 straight goals here by the Aces. As now DeVitas will lose a draw here, and Lower Merion will try to add another goal to this lead.
Bard's actually going to take a seat here. And by a seat, I don't mean literally, just catching his breath probably.
As we are in the last minute to play the half here, look for the Aces to get one last shot and, just try to drain the clock here. Don't let Haverford try to bite into their lead. Here's going to try to do some passing from the X. Nothing really going for him. Here McQuillan already got himself 2. Maybe trying to get another hat trick to go along with Bard. Donaghy's going to try to lock onto him. He gets spin off of errant pass.
Forwards just doing their best to really make sure the Aces don't get a shot on goal, as there might be one here. Good job.
There's an opportunity. Vetter stays tall, and that'll be the end of the first half. As to end the half, it'll be the Lower Merion Aces 6 and the Haverford Fords 3. Right now, been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of momentum.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if what kind of adjustments that the coaches make as we enter the second half. But, yeah, let's see what happens.
Absolutely. As we are at half now, we are going to go to a short break. We will be right back. And we are back at AG Cornog Field here, about to start this second half. Ala, what are some of the things that these Fords need to do here to come back being down 6-3?
Well, one thing is, they got to get these face-offs going. Obviously, Ben DeVitas did a pretty good job in that second quarter. Really turned it around for the Fords after Blake Riley didn't have the best of starts. So look to do that. Obviously, you got to slow down Henry Bard. He's been the X factor in this game. He's the reason the Aces are up 3, if you ask me. I mean, he has a hat trick, so that would make sense. Take away those 3 goals, it's a tie game. Just do a better job shutting him down. Maybe imply a little bit of a double team here.
Maybe, one other thing is that, he's been locking down Quinn Carson a decent amount too, even though Quinn Carson was able to paint the corner on his lone goal. And speaking about painting, before the start of this third quarter is actually brought to you by our friends at Nolan Painting. Are you looking for a local job? Nolan Painting is hiring right now. Applications are open for any position, and apprentices will be paid between $15 to $19 an hour.
Gotta get on that.
More information can be found at nolanpainting.com. As spring starts, consider brightening up your home with new coats of paint with a color consultation or Nolan Painting's residential painting and repairs.
Great job right there, Tommy. And, speaking of painting, Fords are going to have to do a good job drawing out this comeback. And maybe it all starts with the new goalie in net for the Fords being Wade DeVitas.
Here, Sean Vetter did have a good start. Just the end of that first quarter, he started to tally off, and the coach just decided, it's time. We got to get the young man in there. And see what happens is Fords won the draw, but another turnover in the offensive zone will lead to a clearance attempt here.
Yeah, corralling these passes seemed to be a bit of an issue for both teams, I'd say, as Henry Bard's able to almost clear it.
And now we have the Aces back in the offensive zone.
They're catching the Fords a little bit off guard here, I think. Defense doesn't seem set. As now they do.
We'll see what happens here. Hopefully the Fords can get a
Bard.
quick stop.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Bard. He was waiting to go on, and now he is here. Kane obviously trotting up. See, I said I'd give Bard about from the 25-yard line. He proved me wrong by shooting and scoring from the 30, so Kane's literally sticking him from the 35 now.
Here, as there is a turnover, defense sticking up here after a sloppy start by the offense.
This is an opportunity here that you can't really waste. Fords have a chance.
Wade DeVitas here, chance to clear. He's looking over his options. A long pass to Reisenwitz. What a dot. And now Reisenwitz is going to look to try to start the offense here. Catching a double team. Will lose the ball. And now there's a flag. As the Fords will go man up. And now the Lower Merion sideline. Not really liking the call by the Mr. officials.
I was just about to say, Reisenwitz almost doing a little too much. Should have probably waited a bit. See if he could get that offense a little bit more behind him instead of getting smothered by 3 guys there. But it all worked out in the end. Fords are able to go a man up. But I can tell you right now, Reisenwitz is feeling it.
Big, right now he has 2 of the Fords' 3 goals. The other one coming from the man himself, Quinn Carson. Besides that, there's a lot of lacrosse left to be played here. So getting a quick goal here, being man up, could definitely be a thing that helps start and this comeback here, as the officials are telling the Aces to back up on their sideline.
Yeah, this is where the Fords have been at their best in this man up situation.
Here's Carson looking over, kind of faked the rip one.
Almost looked like he had an open shot right there.
Now we got Kranick over to Carson. Henry Bard is no longer on Quinn Carson, which is interesting here. As McKendry with a rip and a goal!
What?
Right in the face of the goaltender. It doesn't matter. Nick McKendry starts the scoring off here in the second half.
McKendry from that spot didn't look like he had much of an angle to shoot it, but he shoots it anyway, puts it right past the goalie's head, as that seems to be the theme for tonight, putting it right past the side of the face of the goalie. Doesn't know what's coming towards him. Ford's able to take make it a 2-goal deficit now. Obviously, man-up situation works in their favor.
We said earlier that, Reisenwitz gave him a 2 on the side, nothing off the top. Right there, McKendry decided to give him a reverse mohawk right down his face. It didn't matter. There's a ground ball. Ball is now up in the air. There's a fight for it. Now it looks like Bard will just scoop up. He's just a magnet towards ground balls. And I guess you got to be pretty good at picking up ground balls if you're going to go and be a commit for Duke.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Bard, obviously, bigger than just about everyone on this field right now. He's showing that size, the speed. He's doing it all right now for the Aces.
It is 6-4. Lower Merion with about 9:30 left in this third quarter.
Donaghy's been doing a pretty good job on defense so far. He's able to back that guy off from his line. He's not going to let him get any shots.
Bard already with a hat trick. Did a quick pass over.
Here's where the Fords are going to get a little more scrappy.
Look for Bard maybe to try to set a screen here. Get a mismatch. Some off-ball movement maybe.
Look at Donaghy again.
Staying pretty tight with his man.
He's going for a lot of dodges. Donaghy's able to keep up with him at every turn, though.
Here's right now, Lower Merion not getting too much. You got to make sure you don't get caught napping here.
Yeah, see,
and have a man drift into the front of the net.
They seem to be attacking Donaghy almost. They just keep giving it back to number 5 for the Aces.
As there's a rip. And doesn't
make
even get off. As Reisenwitz is going to try to go coast to coast here. He's going to try to put on the afterburners. Question is, can he beat Bard? He's already got it.
Reisenwitz in stride, so obviously he'll have a little bit more of a get-up before Bard gets to him.
He gives it over to Carson. Now back to Reisenwitz. We'll see if Carson tries to get in to his wheelhouse here. As now they look to try to put Bard back on to the Ford's main scorer.
Yeah, it looked like they just made that adjustment because they were in a man-down situation. Obviously, you know, your main priority would be to guard Quinn Carson, but not in that situation.
Here's that Stavitas with a pass over to Carson. Carson now guarded by Bard. Best on best here. Carson gets kind of flat and slashed in the face. Ground ball. Ball is still loose. It's going to be all right. It's going to be picked up by DeVitas, and the Fords will still have an offensive possession here. Now that's Kranick feeding it over. Shot score! Jack McGarvey gets the Fords within one with 7:33 left in the third quarter. Fords are rolling back.
See, like I said earlier, it's got to come from other people. Jack McGarvey, obviously, now getting in on the fun. Kern Kranick, absolute dime right there to Jack McGarvey, and Garvey just has to put it behind the net like he always does. It's just another day of work for the Fords as they look to close this lead. It's at 1 right now.
Good job here to start. Like we said earlier, though, you want to stay even keel in this. As we're now going to have looks to be Colin Kane take a face off.
He's done it before. Doesn't work out in that chance. He's going for the pole end of his stick, trying to draw it loose.
Now he's just going to continue to hack.
Hey, you got to give him the business, you know. Don't let him get anything easy. He's going to get by.
Shot stood up by Wade DeVitas. The goalies from Haverford have made big saves when they've needed them. And DeVitas, like he has basically all year, stands up big. There's a pass. It's a little errant.
Scooped up, though.
Scooped up by Heinrichs. Picked
Bard
off
intercepts that.
Bard.
Uh-oh.
There's now a chance for the Aces. Ripped up too high. And Wade DeVitas, these goaltenders sure know how to hustle out these backouts. Get the Fords another possession.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they, you know, you see that all year from Wade DeVitas. He's very good at it. He's always trying to get his team possessions whenever he can. That's the whole point of the goalie, make these saves and chase those balls that pass the net. Try and get your team another chance to score and tie it up right now.
Here's DeVitas, gives it over to Chester. Chester going to give it back to DeVitas. You got to watch for some of the, there's a check, and DeVitas just eats that one up. Pass to Kane. He's got it. Now they got to clear it over the midline. Ground ball over to Bard. McNichol gives him a check and gives him some of the business.
Fords are getting scrappy after it. But their Aces midfield defense doing a really good job there.
Once again, some more troubles here for clearance. Kane almost put it in the back of his own net.
Yeah, it took a weird bounce right there. The ball almost had a little bit of spin on it. Almost went right past Wade DeVitas. As here you go now.
Reisenwitz gives it over to McNichol. McNichol looking. Feed to McGarvey. Shoots and he scores! Falling down! Jack McGarvey ties the game up for the Fords. It is 6-6 with 6:02 remaining. What an electric play! As right now, this one Aces player on his knees in disbelief. It's maybe an injury, actually.
I can't believe Jack McGarvey absolutely just went ballistic. He catches the pass, gets started, tripped up, falling forward, just throws it forward like that, still scores it. Jack McGarvey showing out on senior night. The energy is insane right now. Of course, dial it down real quick because someone's hurt, but Jack McGarvey's able to tie this game up for his second goal of the night. Seniors are showing out in a big way. They're saying, we're not losing tonight. The lights come out, and we come out as well.
I can't tell if it's a cramping situation here for the Lower Merion player as he's trying to stretch. Obviously, some of the people, basically everyone on the team taking knees, as now he's going to get right back up.
Yeah, he's got a knee brace on, so you never know. It could be something with that.
Well, we wish him all the best here.
Yeah, he's able to jog off, so that's a good sign. But you know what's an even better sign? The fact that the Fords just tied it up, baby.
3 consecutive goals there, led by 2 by senior attackman Jack McGarvey.
Garvey doing what he does best. He's scrappy, and he's able to attack, and, hey, he's had some insane finishes this year. That's just another one that, at this point, shouldn't be that surprising from Jack McGarvey.
So now we're going to have Bard back on the. Here's this defense for the Fords. Basically all night has done pretty well.
Smothering right now.
Here's Bard at the axis. Shot. Oh, no. Bad pass. Ground ball is picked up. They're going to look for a rip. No. They're going to continue to pass, trying to look for the best shot. Shot saved by DeVitas.
Look at Wade DeVitas. I mean, doing it all right now. He's just a freshman, as some of the Fords crowd saying, and he's doing it all right now.
As there's another turnover here by the Aces, and right now a lot of this momentum swinging the Fords' way.
Wade DeVitas is a stone wall back there, not letting anything past him right now. What a dog. Not the dog pound, because those are the puppies.
Haverford breeds different here as there's a clearing attempt. Ground ball. Still on the ground. Now it's in the air. Back on the ground. It's going to be picked up here by the Aces, and they might have numbers.
He's in stride. Oh, errant
pass. We're going to see if DeVitas tries to pick it up. The attackman tries to body him, but it doesn't matter. Wade tells him weight room, boxes him out.
Hey, you can feel the momentum shift as everyone here can. The student section's getting loud. That puppy pound is as quiet as it's ever been from what I can hear. Ford's looking to go up a goal right now.
This would be the Fords' first lead of the night, and you wonder that if they could get that, you wonder if Lower Merion would be able to bounce back from it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. This is the second big momentum swing we've had from the Fords right now, and they're coming out with a lot of energy. I think Mike Era gave them the right prep and instruction at that halftime. These guys seem ready, and they're playing with a different kind of energy.
Here's right now Kranick with the ball. Right now, I think they're looking to try to slow some things down, get set back up in their offense, make sure they don't make any mistakes or a costly turnover to swing any momentum and give the Aces a chance to take the lead back. Here's Reisman with the ODS 2, rips it, just missed.
He was looking for the hat trick right there.
He was smelling some blood in the water, but it's all right because it is backed up by Quinn Carson. Quinn Carson right now doing some of the little things, even though he's been, put on one-on-one with a Duke commit.
Yeah,
here's now he's going to be in his wheelhouse, looking for an opportunity. Oh, and he gets stripped.
You just see the technique that Bard has. Quinn Carson tried to even get his stick up. Bard's just not having none of that. That's the technique that you expect from a 5-star commit. Ford's defense going to have to do a good job here and try and get that offense another opportunity as Kane's able to quickly run on it so Bard doesn't get a mismatch on anybody.
So now I believe that is Quinn McGloin, number 10, trying to just body some of these Lower Merion offensemen here. He's just being tenacious and just sticking his nose in there. Not afraid to do the little dirty things. Great stick checks. Hassling him. He tried to grab the stick there. And there's a whistle.
Yeah, refs are going to finally realize that, I believe we have a timeout instead.
Yeah, it looks like we may have a timeout called here by the Aces. The Haverford coaches, though, still letting him know, he's grabbing his stick. You can't do that.
Yeah, forwards obviously. See, this is the thing though. Coaches got to keep their composure because once the coaches lose composure, those players start to get a little out of focus and out of sync. That's what happened last time, and the forwards went down 3 goals. They're able to battle back once more. Let's hope they can keep it that way, and hopefully they won't have to battle against any other Lorman players, and they're able to get a lead here.
Absolutely is. Right now we have 2:53 left in this Nolan painting third quarter. And it's been a great one here for the forwards. So far, they've held the Aces off the scoreboard, and they've gotten all 3 back.
This has been a hell of a third quarter from the forwards right now. They're doing everything right. They're firing on all cylinders. Told you they had to paint a comeback, and they've done just that. We're back in an even game. It's basically 0-0.
And at this point, with about, I'd say 15 minutes to play for both these teams, big. A loss could be proved. It could be crucial for your postseason hopes. You just gotta make sure you just take every minute and every possession like it's your last at this point, especially for these seniors here, for these forwards on their senior night.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't stress enough how great Wade DeVias has been in goal since coming in. He's stopped everything that's been at him, and there's been some tough shots coming his way, and he's able to face all of them, and he's even chasing after those passes, or not the passes, the shots that go over the net, giving the forwards possessions when they need them.
Here, as Lower Merion will have possession, it'll be interesting here. This defense, they have been stepping up pretty big.
Yeah, they've been holding up pretty strong, I'd say. They're checking these guys. They're picking them off. Only time is when they might have a slip up in their zone, and then a guy ends up right in front of the goalie, but DeVitas has been on that.
Right now, the Aces looking for an opportunity. They're going to dump it off. Shot wide. DeVitas cutting off the corner. Just like we said right there, it was a little miscommunication, slip up, but DeVitas was able to eat that one up right there, luckily.
Yeah, there were 2 guys open on that, actually, so DeVitas got pretty lucky right there. A little miscommunication, that's all it takes for the Lemurian Aces to answer.
Now is Sam Chester right now putting on some good pressure.
Great pressure. See, here, I think they're trying to take Donaghy. Donaghy's been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue. They might be trying to take advantage of that and drag him out.
So now Bard and Kane have been in a dogfight all night. And there's going to be a flag, even though they jar the ball loose.
Ford's faithful here, the student section, not happy about that one. Colin Kane did about as good as he could there. Jars the ball loose. Rest aside, I don't think so. We're going to throw the flag on that one.
Wonder if that's a little bit of a 5-star favorite. Oh, wait. Now this player is throwing his stick and almost ripping his helmet off. And their coach is trying to talk to the Haverford student section like, hey, don't talk to my player. I can't tell if that's an injury or if he's just purely frustrated.
I mean, when you throw your gloves down and spike your stick, look at him. He's hitting himself almost.
I don't understand what's going on there.
Lower Merion coach has got to calm this guy down.
As it is a man-up situation right now with senior Colin Kane.
Great check
in the
right there.
box. You gotta make sure that Henry Bard right here, the Duke commit, is getting locked up. You gotta make probably your next best defender. I would say you want to put up on him, right?
Yeah. Well, their next best defender is actually 2 people. So, and Ford's gonna get possession. I believe he stepped out of bounds there. Donaghy giving a lot of good work right there.
TJ Donaghy has been one of these, players that maybe slide under the radar because he's no Colin Kane when you think of the defensive end, and he's just been doing everything he can to make it so that really most of this offense has to run through number 22, Henry Bard.
Yeah, TJ, obviously, he's pretty gassed, as you can tell, but he's doing it all. That hamstring's got to be bothering him.
As that's just an interception by the Aces there. Telegraphed.
That long stick put in that work. They got to communicate here.
So now Kane is finally out of the box.
He's going to try and hopefully force a turnover as he's back in.
The man up is now, the man down situation for the Fords is now erased. That's pretty good there to get out of there without anything bad happening. As now Kane's just waiting for his good old friend, number 22, Henry Bard, to come back on the offensive end here.
Here he is. They get it to him right
and
away.
There comes Bard, and there comes Kane. 2 long pulls, fighting with each other. Wide shot. Might have bounced off a helmet there. Couldn't tell. It was very errant, though.
Very interesting. It looked like it bounced way too high. I feel like that wasn't the shot Bard was looking for, but Lower Merion's going to maintain possession.
Here's we got around 50 seconds left in this third quarter. Drop pass.
You think this is a really big win for the Fords in this third quarter if they're able to keep it tied as they go into the fourth?
Scooped up by Donaghy. Now they're going to try to clear it. Loose ball still up in
Shaky
the
pass.
air. Now it's going to get picked up by Bard. He's going to try to lead it down. What a great catch by DeVitas to keep it.
Here we
Yes,
go.
now we're going to give it over to Reisman. He's going to run here with about 20 seconds left. Getting a shot opportunity, maybe no. He's going to settle it down. He's going to try to get either hold it or take one last shot at this quarter.
They're going for the shot.
He's going
here.
to dodge. He's going to shoot, and a save by the goaltender. Great answers by the goaltender. They might have another shot opportunity, but it's an errant pass.
Reisman was trying to go bottom left corner right there. Doesn't get it, but that's a great look for the Fords as they are tied. What more could you ask for?
I don't know if there is much now as we have more and more of the Fords faithful here. Some Fords Pucks players. Delco, two-time Delco Player of the Year for hockey, Jagger McClellan in the house tonight. Being sure to be very, very tuned in for this as now we have some of the dog pound walking by.
Yeah, that Aces baseball team, you know. The puppy pound, you know, they're not going to do anything over there, you know.
Hopefully it keeps clean here.
Oh, yeah,
Rest
I
of the
mean,
night.
Ford's puck pulls up, you know. They're the big dogs around here, you know. Not going to get big dog by Lower Merion, that's for sure.
Now, the Fords got to protect the house here, right? And Colin Kane's done a pretty good job. This defense has done a pretty good job of protecting the house
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Well, you know what? Speaking of protecting the house, this fourth and maybe final quarter, I don't know, we might get some overtime action.
We
this
might,
year, right?
we might.
But this fourth quarter is brought to you by our friends at Wagner Real Estate. You looking for a new house? Wagner Real Estate will help you find the right home for you and your family. The real estate professionals at Wagner are Havertown locals and have passed down the real estate savvy through 4 generations. Please call 610-436-8922 to set up a consultation with Wagner Real Estate today.
Tommy, I'll tell you what. There's nothing better than a barn burner of a lacrosse game that we have right now. I feel like every time we're in the booth, there's always something magical happening. Not in that way, but on the sponsoring of the course, Forwards, hopefully they're able to put the gas on here and just smoke the Aces.
Here's apparently there was no possession at the end of that third quarter, so we will start with a face-off. Because we got the last 12 minutes of regulation. It's all tied up at 6 here between the Aces and the Forwards. Playoff game, last 12 minutes. It's about who wants it more, and it's starting right now. It's going to be win here with their passes. Now
Forwards.
as Bard is going to come back.
Forwards got to make sure they don't let anything up quick here.
Kane right in the corner of his eye was staring down. Big old 22. Yeah, at this point, they might go out on a little lunch date sooner than later. Starting to get to know each other a little bit, talk about the families.
Oh, yeah, at this point, you know, they've been basically tied at the hip. Donaghy, once again, giving a lot of pressure. He's get by.
Right in front of the net, though, and he scores.
Donaghy saying that
There
he's
is
in the
a
crease.
flag.
Donaghy saying it's in the crease, and he's going to get... Maybe they might have thrown the flag on Donaghy, or they threw a flag for him
For
being in the crease.
I thought he was pretty close. He might have stepped in. And now they're looking, and they're going to call it a goal. They might get Dunnigan on unsportsmanlike conduct here. That'll make it 7-6
Yeah.
Aces.
Donaghy yelling at the ref right there, you know, definitely not happy about that one.
Is now. It'll still be a goal here. It looks like they're gonna put Donaghy in the box here for an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, you can't lose your head here as a senior, especially, you know. You don't want to put your team at a disadvantage already when you just went down 1 goal.
Here's another face-off. Ball on the ground, won by the Aces. In a man-down situation right now for the Forwards. Not ideal. Here's Bard and Kane. Right
Kane,
at the
good
hip.
job.
Slashes. Shot might have been deflected there.
I can't believe they're giving that possession back to the Aces. Bard's quite literally spiking the ball into the earth. Not even an on-goal shot.
But, you know, since it's attempted and it's not even near an Aces opponent, I guess that's what they're trying to say, that it is a call here. And now a ground ball, one, and that might be, is that Ben DeVitas?
That is.
Ben DeVitas is going to try to put on the burners here with a clear, and he's going to give it to who else but Quinn Carson.
This is their best
He's going
chance
to
right
fly
now.
it over. Oh, an errant pass.
That's just unfortunate right there. You know, guys moving too fast. No one's really set for that pass. That was the Fords' best chance to tie it up right there. Bard wasn't even back on Carson. You got to think the Fords should have slowed it down a little bit there, but still plenty of time left in this fourth quarter. It's only a one-goal game.
So now the Aces here trying to clear. Maybe the Fords will try to force.
It's a deep pass.
As it almost snuck near the goal there as they were doing a full court pressure, but it does not matter here. That's basically an errant pass by the defenseman. That'll give Haverford the possession. As now I believe the Fords will finally be out of the man-down situation as it looks like Donaghy's trying to get back on. But right now it's got to start with this clear here. See if Wade DeVitas can get the offense started here for the Fords. High pass. Ball still in the air. Go. Shot. Score! Nick McKendry with his second ties it up at 7. 10:03. Odd way to get it going there, but Wade DeVitas
Talk
gets
about
it to McKendry, and it's a goal.
what a way to get that ball over there. It took a couple bounces. Pops right up into McKendry. The goalie doesn't know what to do right there in that situation. McKendry's just able to go to work right there. Puts it by him. Beautiful. We are tied up here now. Just like that. It was that quick. See? Ford's able. See, I feel the momentum, man. I really feel it. The momentum here at AG Cornog is unreal right now.
It's interesting now. Reisenwood's probably matching up with the speed of Bard. They're going to put him in on the faceoff, and Kane in the faceoff circle to try to mess some things up, and they're going to win it here. Keith Heinrichs, the young man with a big ground ball. Now pass, and it looks like it was
a lot of pressure right there.
Turnover. But there was a timeout by the Fords that they're going to call. The Aces are not liking it, and I don't think the dog pound is either.
Yeah, that was definitely something else.
And Colin Kane is telling him, I cannot hear you, and get a little louder.
Fords have really crawled their way back into this one. Is there a better story that they can write for themselves right now?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like a chance to get into the district playoffs for the first time since 2019. This team has gone through so much, including a coaching change here, first-year coach.
Yeah, so much adversity, but the Fords have been able to crawl back in here, riding another wave of momentum. Be interesting to see who gets that next shot. We've seen it from McKendry, Reisenwitz, Carson. Who's the next one to answer the bell?
It's a great question. We're going to have to see here.
They put in a real showing today, I'll tell you that much, though.
It's a great one here for senior night, and not just besides, it's senior night to make it a big one, but, like we've been saying this whole entire time, this is basically a playoff game for both these.
In time.
Here, as the lights are on, the sun is down, and we are geared up for a hell of another 9:47.
It's been a really great game so far. The story's written itself. Nothing like a great game. Fords versus Lower Merion. What else could you expect at this point?
Here's they're going to give it to Reisenwitz. He's already got 2. He's really helped this offense. Kind of dodges, circles back around. Gives it over to McKendry. He lost the ball. It's a ground ball right now. It's scooped up by the Aces. Pass, and it's still on the ground.
It's going to be a
Chance
scoop
to
by
get picked
Donaghy.
up. No, he's not going to be able to pick it up, but Reisenwitz, who else?
Yeah, he's able to redirect it towards Reisenwitz. Could have been his ideal plan there. Who knows? But it works out anyway.
Here's running around these last 9 minutes to play at AG Cornog Field.
Forward student section getting loud over there. You can hear him through the booth, basically.
Here's now they're going to give it over to DeVitas. Back to Reisenwitz. He's looking maybe to get the angle. Kind of faked it. Looking. Almost drew a double team there. Spins back.
Well,
Dishes it over to Carson. Carson has Bard on him. Carson in his wheelhouse a little bit. Trying to post him up. Maybe trying to draw a flag. Got a face mask. Got to stick to his face mask here. lost the ball, but DeVitas was able to scoop it up here.
Yeah, Bard's no pushover for sure. You see it right there. That's twice now. Carson's tried to go on Bard, and it just hasn't been working.
Wonder if Carson might try to use that signature spin move on Bard soon, as Kranick right now whips it, and it was blocked by his own teammate.
That hits Ben DeVitas right in the back. Curran Kranick had a pretty good shot on net right there. Ground ball.
Scooped up. It's loose. No whistle blown.
Lower Merion thought there was a stoppage of play there. Jack McGarvey scooped it up, but he isn't able to capitalize
There's
that
an
one
errant
with something
pass.
else.
The ball is loose. Picked up by Reisenwitz. They might have numbers here for the forwards.
The
Is he gonna try to
goosebumps
put
are
on-
insane right now.
Now I think the forwards are just going to try to calm it
Yeah.
down here. They're going to try to give it to McNichol, and they're just going to try to ease it down here. Right now it was around the buttock area or even the lower back of DeVitas where he just ate that shot. Probably not a lot of padding there.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to feel that one as he came off, but forwards obviously back with another chance. Maybe give it back to Curran Kranick. He had a pretty good look last time.
Here's now McNichol looking. Shoots just wide.
Forwards going to get possession still. Good job from McGarvey there. Able to give him another chance. You know, haven't seen too many bouncers here today, so it's been pretty straightforward for the forwards anyway. McGarvey, beautiful spin move.
Here's now McGarvey. He's going to feed it over to
I think you go
Hendry.
Curran Kranick here.
Right now you got Kranick looking to make a move. Pops it over to Reisenwitz. Looking over to McKendry. Shot score! Nick McKendry with a hattie makes it 8-7. The Fords get their first lead of the game with 7:15 remaining.
How about that for a senior night turnaround? Couple of hat tricks here, you know. Nick McKendry answering the bell. He might not be a senior, but he's stepping up when it counts the most.
What a performance by Nick McKendry in the second half.
Yeah, he's really...
Back-to-back goals for the Fords here. Gets them their first lead of the game.
McKendry's been doing it all in the second half. You know, he's been the spark plug at this point. Wow. What's happened? It's been
Just absolutely
absolutely different team right now.
Because now we got to see if this Fords team can keep this one-goal lead and try to even build on it. As DeVitas, even with the back bothering him, is going to take the face-off. Ground ball, still loose.
DeVitas going to
DeVitas
get
doesn't care about the back. He scoops up the ground ball.
Forwards have a great chance to go up 2-0 right now.
Here's the Fords are just going to ponder it. They're going to try to maybe drain some clock here, even though it's a one-goal lead. Less time for the Aces to maybe give it into the stick of Bard in the offensive end is something that you'll take.
Yeah, Bard's been relatively quiet though in this second half. I mean, they've only had one goal in this second half alone. Forwards obviously definitely more than one.
Here's McNichol rolling over, loses the defender, shoots, he scores!
Brandon McNichol, let's go!
Brandon McNichol gets one to go, and it's 9-7. Haverford.
Haverford Sports Media's very own Brandon McNichol
gets a big one for the Fords. Show me some love, big fella.
Nothing like Brendan McNichol scoring a goal on senior night. I've been waiting for that all year to be in this booth and have him score, and it just happened. I can't believe it.
Couldn't have been a better time. He might have just taken the soul out of that puppy pound.
Quite literally, those puppies are whimpering right now. It's bedtime. It's time to put the kids to bed.
Well, hold up. There's a lot of lacrosse yet to be played. There is 6:28 left. It is only a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, we might be a little overzealous, but Brendan McNichol certainly putting that puppy pound in his back pocket and taking him for a stroll as he gets that goal.
Here's another face-off. Ball loose still. It will be won by Lower Merion, though. Here, a chance to dig into this.
Yeah, look at
Fords
this,
lead.
though.
Oh, my goodness. Bodies flying. Loose ball. Scooped up. Over to Carson. He's going to lose it. Can he pick it up?
He's
Yes, he
able.
will. Almost gets tripped by the stick. Trying to get it a pass, but it's intercepted
See,
by
Bard.
Bard. He's going to try to go coast to coast.
Kane, though, in full stride with him. Same with
Kane and
Reisenwitz.
Reisenwitz just
Don't be surprised. Bard's going to rip it
absolutely
right here.
He's going to shoot, and it's just high.
That's been the
Henry
story.
Bard can't be hitting anything right now in the second half for the Aces.
That's been the story for Bard in this second half. He's been spiking the ball almost every single time he shot it recently.
Trying to get it over a shorter DeVitas, and it just hasn't been able to work. Here's the Aces trying to get set up again.
Ford's absolutely roaring back for this comeback here. Defense is going to give him a lot of pressure. Sam Chester.
And Chester.
Beautiful.
What a check by Colin Kane. And that'll go to the Fords. The lower Merion bench is pleading for a flag, but they will not get one.
Look at Wade DeVitas.
Wade DeVitas puts him in a spin cycle. Put him in the washer. And now there's a clearance here.
DeVitas
Over to Ben DeVitas.
Wade DeVitas is about to charge those guys a couple cents here, you know, just for the fees of putting them through that spin cycle. Unreal right there from Wade DeVitas. Absolutely loses the defenders.
5 minutes left in this game. Your Fords have came all the way back from being down 6-3 to make it a 9-7 ball game right now as they're going to give it over to Kranick.
Nick McKendry answering the bell here in the second half. Absolutely huge for the Fords in this comeback.
Now we're going to, you might see the Fords try to drain some clock here.
I don't even think so. I think they keep going.
Here's Kranick almost slipped, but he was able to keep his balance. So it looks like Dollar Dog Night might be a little good luck streak here for the Fords.
Might just be.
As DeVitas is going to look over his options. Give it over to Kranick at the X. They might try to free up Carson here. Never mind, they're actually going to sub him out. No, never mind. I you know what?
Carson faked us all out. He looked like he was taking a trot towards the bench area.
Might be trying to play some games with Bard over there.
Might be, honestly. That's not even a bad tactic at this point, you know, try and get the best defender out of there.
So now we only have 4 minutes left here in this in basically a playoff game, as they all will be.
This has been the best lacrosse game I've seen so far by these guys. They've actually screened back for this comeback, and they're looking for more.
McKendry over to Reisenwitz. Reisenwitz really helped keep the Fords in it in that first half. At 2 of the 3. Right there, Kranick looking over. Gives it over to DeVitas. Looking for a shot opportunity. Rips it! Oh, just saved! But Quinn Carson backs it up for the Fords. That almost went in the back. What a rip by DeVitas.
DeVitas was about just a hair thin on that shot right there. As Quinn Carson looking to make some quick magic, but
it's going to be scooped up by it will be scooped up by
Bard's
Bard.
got it, but they're giving him a lot of pressure.
Now
Bard's
I
something
free up
else, though.
somebody else. It's an errant pass by the Duke commit.
That's going to go where the Fords.
Turnover.
Colin Kane almost was ready to scoop that himself, but, you know, good on him for making sure. Obviously, he's not in play at the moment.
Here's they're going to give it back to Reisenwitz. He's really been helping quarterback this offense with the likes of Quinn Carson being, put on one-on-one with a Duke commit 5-star.
Yeah, obviously, that's been the big issue and the biggest task in this game, and they've done a great job in the second half neutralizing him.
Reisenwitz gets a little bit of a Quinn Carson treatment himself, speaking of. Got a little double team. Over to DeVitas. A little smart there to just drain some of the clock and make sure he doesn't take a shot, give him a chance of
possession.
I mean,
they're doing a great job right now killing this clock, making all these defenders miss. They're drawing double teams. They're getting the passes away anyway. Bard had a really good chance to turn it around for him, but he made that errant pass, and now the Fords, as McGarvey's absolutely
going to take a check, but he's
still got the ball, though.
Keep the ball, as he's an absolute animal.
McGarvey will not be denied.
There's a late hit. No flag by the refs.
Late hit on McGarvey. Refs obviously should have called that. They clearly need to get their eyes checked a little bit after this game.
We do know Lower Merion has some deep pockets now, hello, but here Reisenwitz going to get it now. He's going to continue to get slashed. So there is
2 minutes left.
The last 2 minutes here. A clear attempt here by the Aces.
Here comes Kane, though. Trotting back. He's going to try and knock that ball out again.
He's going to do it. Loose ball scooped up. That is going to be Ben DeVitas and Colin Kane showing out on senior night.
Beautiful.
As
McKendry's going to eat one.
Pick it up, but just loose here. Still a lot of time here for the Aces to maybe push back. There's a rip, and it's too high, and Wade DeVitas is going to beat it out, falling on his face.
Turf Mosh again got a couple guys here late, but Ford still maintained possession, and it's been instrumental. Wade DeVitas has done such an amazing job since coming in the second half. He's only let up one goal.
1:30 left. for the Fords to get a big win on senior night to help out their playoff chances. It's now Reisenwitz contracting a triple team. I believe they're going to call. Haverford calls a timeout.
Haverford, good job calling a timeout here. They're just going to tell him, hey, keep passing it around, nothing
stupid, and maybe try to keep it away from Bard.
Keep it away from Bard at all costs. You want to neutralize him. You want to isolate Bard. Even on defense, you want to have him stick a guy. It's been Quinn Carson most of the game. You just want to keep Quinn basically out of the play. Lower Marion's going to send some double teams, but the Fords have shown that they're able to pass it around and keep it out of their hands.
Here, as if you were not tuning in with us for this first half, it was a 3-1 lead for the Aces at the end of the first quarter. It was 1-0, then 1-1, then a 3-1 lead. The Aces jumped out to end the first quarter. And then the Fords in that second quarter stormed up to tie it up. But then after that, it was 3 consecutive Lower Merion goals that kind of put them in a little bit of a hole. But then right away, with the likes of Nicholas McKendry and Jack McGarvey, started to spike it up there for the Fords and made it so that, they were able to tie this game up. And then it was McKendry with the game tying and the game leading goal. And then Haverford Sports Media's own Brendan McNichol
I can't tell you how
comes
happy I
in
am.
with what might just be the dagger.
Brendan McNichol absolutely put the dagger in their heart. He twisted the knife, and he shoved it in even more. Brendan McNichol proving that, he stepped up here today. I wanted a goal from him. He got me one.
There is a minute 12 left. Fords with the ball in the offensive zone. It looks like McNichol might be, or no, never mind. It will be Quinn Carson with Henry Bard on him. Is now Carson trying to get the angle. Shoots! Scores! Quinn Carson makes it 10-7, and that'll do it, hello, with 1:05
That is
left.
Raps, baby. Put it in a safe box, send it off, ship it to anywhere you want. This game is over.
And I believe that's Quinn Carson's 100th career goal.
The centennial mark for Quinn Carson.
What a big one. What a big one to make it his 100th career for Quinn Carson. Shout out to Quinn.
Waiting for the confirmation, of course. But as far as we know, that was it. Huge goal from Quinn Carson right there. Second on the night.
Is now Kane in the face-off circle. Now it's a loose ball. Whistle. We got to look for it here.
It's going the way of the
possession.
Fords, baby.
As I think the dog pound might be getting home to their kennels.
Yeah, I mean, hey. They thought it was going to be easy. That puppy pound is out of here now. Pack them up.
It's right now Reisenwitz. He's just going to get it, but he's not going to be selfish here. He's going to lead it around.
I mean, you never know. The Fords might be a little daring here. Try and really rub it in the face of Lower Merion here. Oh, Quinn Carson absolutely gets this guy stumbling.
He's going to leak it over.
Look at McNichol.
McNichol might get hungry for another one, but he's going to be smart. They're going to call a turnover here for the Fords. 30 seconds left.
It doesn't matter at this point.
And the Aces are still going to be pushing. Now there's a flag. Oh, no. This is a worst-case scenario here for the Fords.
Depends if Lower Marion's able to get a goal off this right now. The clock might expire before they even get a good look.
I mean, if you're Lower Merion, you might just try to
Kane
get
forcing
a
a
shot
loose
off.
ball.
And picked up by DeVitas.
Colin Kane has been absolutely on fire on defense.
So with 12.3 left, I'm going to say it. Hopefully this does not come back to bite me, but I think the Fords have just got it themselves a big comeback win on senior night.
I mean, if something comes back to bite you in about 12 minutes or 12 seconds, I mean, I don't know what to tell you at that point. They're up 3 goals at this point.
As there's a shot and rejected by Wade DeVitas.
DeVitas absolutely not letting anything by him.
As now the Ford student section running onto the field, and that'll end it.
What a comeback from the Fords. Absolutely blowing out Lower Merion in that second half. 1 goal for them.
As they go to mob Wade DeVitas and a big win on senior night. Everybody's juiced. Everybody's feeling it. And now the puppy pound will make its exit. Their tail tucked between their legs, licking their wounds, whimpering all the way back to Montgomery County.
Forget about it. Hey,
Colin Kane with the juice.
you know, there's a reason why Lower Merion doesn't perform under the lights anyway. They don't let them have lights for a reason, because they can't get it done.
Too much pressure under the lights. As some of the student section people let Colin Kane know he is that man. Woo-wee. What a big win to help with the playoff hopes. We will be getting a lot of interviews here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's all seniors probably for this one.
Hey.
We'll get, if you want, we'll probably get maybe Haverford Sports Media's own, Brendan McNichol. We'll probably get Nicholas McKendry on Haverford Sports Media's Instagram page. Please make sure to go follow that at Haverford Sports Media.
Oh, yeah, let's just say this booth is about to be packed with studs.
As that was really a hell of a game. I mean, there's not much else you can
Oh,
say.
my
As
God.
both teams are going to be in the handshake lines here.
Could you write a better story than the Fords being down 3 in that first half, roaring back for a comeback in that second half, putting up 7 goals? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Absolutely insane. Shows what that offense can do. Nothing much else. Picture perfect senior night at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And the
What
Fords,
a story.
we're at 25 to start the night. They might get themselves up to that 23-22 spot with this win.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Colin Kane, Wade DeVitas. The boys are buzzing over here. V's down. Ford's Lax is out here for real.
We will be right back with some interviews shortly. Please stick with us. Big win by Boys Lax here on senior night. Big win by Boys Lax here on senior night. Please stick tuned for some great interviews by all these great seniors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here joined with Eric Reisman, Jack McGarvey, not Quinn Carson, TJ Donaghy, and Colin Kane. Guys, how do you feel after that big win? Big comeback.
We feel really good. This win kept our playoff hope alive, and it's got to mention, congrats to Quinn Carson for 100 goals.
Yeah, huge milestone.
Huge. Today we came out, fought hard. We were down for a little, but came out in the second half, went harder than ever, and we came out with a dub.
Yeah, talk about the mentality going into that second half when you guys were down. How did that feel?
Yeah. So going into halftime, we were all definitely upset. Going over to the corner with the whole team, we kind of had to set the tone and say, "Hey guys, listen, this is it. We got one half left. It's do or die right now." So I personally said, I don't care what you have to do to win, but let's go out there and let's finish this thing.
Yeah, Colin, back to you again. What was it like picking up that 5-star Duke commit?
Oh yeah, I mean, kid's a solid dude. He was shooting it from all over the field. I'm not really used to guarding a 6'4" long pole, so it was definitely a different experience for me. But in the end, we got the win there. The defense played great and came out on top. Yeah,
and I'm going to go to Jack McGarvey now. How did it feel scoring that diving goal?
Brendan fed me a good pass on the crease, and then, I just finished it with authority right into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's another highlight reel goal for you. I mean, you've had a couple this year. It's been pretty great.
It's been pretty nice.
A truly beautiful shot.
Truly. So we're going to go over to TJ Donaghy now. TJ, you played pretty good on defense the whole entire game. You chased your guy off the perimeter every single time, basically. What was the mentality going into this with that hamstring injury?
Yeah, it was tough out there. You just got to battle through it. We got a couple games left, must wins, all these games. So, got to push through it. Everyone on the defense stepped up. Shout out to Quinn McGloin, comes in at halftime. He's just beating that kid. He's batting him down. He's kind of making my job easier. It's all great when you got guys like Colin Kane and Sam Chester, all great defenders. Keith Heinrich, shout out to him, played great tonight. All the defense, we bared down the second half, only gave up one goal. It was a great night.
Yeah, that's how you guys clamp up right there. All right, I'm going to let you guys go.
Yeah,
Heck of a senior night.
Dooku, roll forwards,
Roll
Dooku,
forwards, baby, roll forwards.
Roll forwards, baby.
I'm Alejandro Alvarez. Tommy Tua was my co-host for this whole thing. We will see you once more back for another game. The Fords will take on Garnet Valley at home next week.
Roll forwards, baby.
Good night.